So I was on this kind of journey to perfect my makeup routine, but then the search for perfection just stopped. I was like, you know what, it's good enough. But honestly, I decided that it's time for me to start playing in my face and playing in eyeshadow and actually getting my makeup routine to a point where I feel like I just got it done every time I do it. So in order to support that, we are going to be doing a in-depth kind of makeup video slash routine so we can have that baseline. Prepped our face with sunscreen already because I don't have any primer. So after primer, the first thing I do is my eyebrows. I used to fill my eyebrows in, but I don't anymore, not at this point, because I just wasn't doing it right. But we use Got To Be, was that backwards, girl? Got To Be 2-in-1 gel, brown edge gel to do our brows. My eyebrows are so wild. I want to get them laminated, but also, girl, I don't know. I want to get them threaded maybe and laminated, because stay in place, please. And you know, I just push them up first and then I smooth out the edges. And you gotta get rid of that excess, because when it dries white, and it's just, but I mean, I guess it's not an issue if you're doing a full face. But when I don't want to do a full face of makeup, but I still want to, I guess, look like something, I do brows, mascara, eyeliner, and my lip combo sometimes, depending on where I'm going. And if you do it without a full face on, then yeah, you're going to see where the gel is dried up at. And I know eyebrows aren't supposed to be sisters or whatever, but sometimes they just don't look like right here. I'm also kind of bald right there. Okay, we let that dry. So I've gone through phases. When I first learned how to do my makeup, I was not underpainting. And then I started watching YouTube videos and I started underpainting. And then I was like, let's just not underpaint anymore. And now I'm underpainting again. So we're gonna start with our concealer. And yes, I am a drugstore makeup girly right now, because you know what, if it works, it works. Maybe one day we'll upgrade to some different brands, but for right now, Ulta. For concealer, we have LA Girl Pro Conceal in the shade Toffee, right? Yeah, Toffee. I was using a NYX concealer. I can't think of the name of it, but I went to get some more. They didn't have my shade, and the associate was like, girl, LA Girl Pro Concealer. And I said, you know what? Yeah. With the concealer placement, I just do what feels right. I've switched my placement so many times, and this is the latest TikTok tutorial that I saw that I was like, you know what? I like that one. We started here, and we just go down through the nose, and then we stop halfway. See that? So other side, step into the best side. The way I look doing concealer is crazy. I'm so sorry. My allergies have been acting up like crazy. My eyes are itchy and watering. We also do concealer down the bridge of the nose, and then we do in between the brows, and we do the chin. I don't think that's enough. My camera is kind of blocking my view in the mirror, so okay, so while that's drying, we do the blush. So we have e.l.f. Camo Liquid Blush in the shade, girls all on my hand, Coral Crush. It's more on the orange side. I am going to dabble in the pink blush one of these days. When I do my blush placement, I look for my eye pupil. I'm sorry. I go to my eye pupil, and then I go down here, and then, you know, I do my nose after I blend out the concealer. I did have a sponge dedicated to my blush, but I lost it. So I'm just going to use this one, just the other side, because I never used this side of this. Contrary to popular belief, when I blend my blush, I dab and then I go up. Look at my dab. I don't know why I said dab. Maybe, I can't think of a better word right now. But the good thing about underpainting, if you put too much blush, it's okay. The foundation is going on top. You can cover it up, you can mute it down, and you can always add more. Are my brushes dirty? Maybe. However, I do believe that my brushes need to be just a little dirty to work the way that I want them to work. And my brushes are also pretty old. It's kind of time for me to get some more. We're going to blend the concealer. My brushes are not damp right now, and I don't feel like going to get the spray bottle. But when I blend the concealer, I blend and then I go out up here, if that makes sense. And I also blend it into the blush. I love how I'm explaining like this is a tutorial. It's not a tutorial, just vibes, honestly. I need a tutorial. We're gonna do the chin. My fan is on. Let me turn that off. Hold on. All right, now we can do the nose blush. Just a little. So cute. So cute. Now we have contour. The sales associate also recommended that I just use concealer for contour, and I listened. Once again, LA Girl Pro Conceal in the shade Beautiful Bronze. I'm not gonna lie, when I do contour, you know, contour like I guess shapes your face. The only difference I see is in the nose, and even then it's like just a slight difference. When I put it on my forehead and the side of my face, I don't see a difference. And I used to put it down here, but I never saw a difference, so I stopped. And I do enjoy a kind of dark contour. Sometimes I overdo it on accident, but I never fix it, so clearly I like it. But at this point, I feel like I'm only doing contour to bring color back into my face, to not just look like one shade. But you know, it's okay. We just, you know, we go from here. Okay, from here to here. A little too much, but that's okay because we're what? Underpainting. The chin, not the chin, cheeks, that's what it is. When I do the forehead, I go from here to here. Blend it out. Oh, that's too close to my eyebrow, but it's okay. Maybe it'll add some character, girl. I don't know. Oh, you can really tell the difference when your brushes aren't damp. Maybe I should start bringing my blush down a little more. Maybe I should start doing the contour first, because I try to like have it meet just to make it more seamless, but sometimes it just doesn't work like that. One thing about me, my eyes water. I'm going to cry. When I yawn, my eyes water. When I laugh too hard, sometimes even if I give a slight chuckle, I'm going to cry, and it's so annoying. If the wind blows too hard, I'm crying. Now for foundation / eyebrows, but not really. Eyebrows is really okay. Now for foundation, we have 2 shades. I tried this one by itself, it was too warm. Tried this one by itself, it was just a little too light. The undertone was good, but the shade was too light, so I put them together. NYX Can't Stop Won't Stop in the colors Neutral Tan and Warm Honey, which is mixed on the back of our hand. I said foundation / eyebrows because I sculpt my eyebrows with the foundation, but we mixed it with this. That's too much, so we have to get the excess off, so we're gonna put it down there first. And now we get a little and we carve just the top and the bottom of the eyebrow, and we kind of like blend out the top, and then we do the bottom. I'm just thinking in my head about my makeup, and I'm always like, I feel like I need full coverage, but maybe I'm just not using enough foundation, because I would do my makeup and I'm like, how come I can still see this? And not that I want to cover it up, but like, why don't I need to add it back, if that makes sense? Like, it should be covered and I should be like, let me just add it back with a, it's user error, now that I'm thinking about it. We'll test that theory today, actually. That was a bad sculpt. I'm not feeling that, but it's all right. And we take it and we blend. Now that that's over, we're going to add foundation to the areas where there's not already makeup. Like I said, I want to test the theory of I'm not using enough foundation. So I say that we add foundation to the areas where we don't already have makeup. However, I always end up still putting the foundation on under. 1 + 1 is not equaling 2. In theory, that's what we do, but I guess in practice, that's not what we do. And now we start to blend. I'm this close to going to the bathroom and dampening this brush. And you know what? I'm reneging right now. Maybe I don't want full coverage because I do like the look that not as much coverage gives, but I do want a little bit more. And by full coverage, I mean the full coverage that you get when you get your makeup done. If y'all could just, I'm just trying to paint a picture. Like, think getting your makeup done in this full, I don't know. You know what? I don't really, this is like more everyday instead of the full coverage that I'm thinking of in my head. Came to the party for the photos. I'm gonna go dampen this. Hold on. I kind of got carried away and added more foundation, but I added more foundation without mixing them together. So I only added the neutral tan, and I feel like my face is kind of pale. I don't have any powder to add warmth back into my face. Now we set Morphe setting powder in the shade Banana. Getting a puff to set my face has been one of the best decisions that I have made when it comes to my makeup. I used to sweat in my face really bad, like top lip, all that. Over the past few years, it hasn't been as bad, but I didn't put a lot of powder. I did not mean to put all that. I still set my face in those areas because I guess just in case, because it's nothing worse than lip sweat, but especially when you have on makeup and you get that lip sweat. I have this Black Radiance pressed powder. I barely have this because I dropped it and everything came out. It's in the shade Rich Mahogany, but it's still some remnants in there, and I feel like we could do a thing. Just look, actually, yeah. Y'all see how dark? Sometimes I do the contour entirely too dark, and maybe it's just the shade that I have that's entirely too dark. I need to figure that out. Eyeliner. I can't go without the eyeliner. To think that I used to not want to do eyeliner, and now I can't live without it, y'all. So I have Ruby Kisses Intense eyeliner. It's waterproof, but I've noticed that this one smudges more than other eyeliners that I've had, but it's not that bad. It could be better. I usually do this after mascara, but I put too much powder on and I don't want it to. That's enough. Sometimes I do go a little overboard and I make the line a little too thick. In theory, I would wipe this away with a powder, but like I said, I don't have any right now. So we're just gonna wipe it away with our foundation brush. Within the past 1 to 2 years, at some point, I kept forgetting to buy lashes and I was just doing mascara and I haven't looked back since. For mascara, we have e.l.f. Lash Extender. Where's my mirror? Where's my super suit? There have been at least 5 times where I wasn't paying attention and I poked myself in the eye with my lash wand. And I had to like, but I would mess up my whole look. Because every time it's been when I was rushing and when I had time to redo my makeup. My right eye isn't giving right now, but it's okay. If I could just grow my lashes. We have this. I broke it and the highlighter side fell. I wasn't really using the highlighter side. I was using the blush side. It's the Revolution Duo Blush and Highlighter in the shade Daydream, maybe? Girl, I don't know. We about to add blush back into it because I want more. My eye is watering. I don't have a Q-tip. Hold on, please. Spare me. Roll up that napkin like this or get a Q-tip and dab the corner. I'm sure there's probably a better way, but that's the only way I can think of to do it. I used to be a highlighter girly. I used to love putting highlighter on my cheeks. I don't know when I stopped, but I stopped and I feel like my placement wasn't that good anyway. So now I just put highlighter on my nose. This highlighter, Wet n Wild highlighting powder in the color Precious Petals. I got introduced to it in high school. Haven't looked back since. Love it so much. Y'all know what other highlighter I still have, and it's the same one that I bought when it first came out. Fenty Beauty Trophy. Was it Trophy Wife or just Trophy? Whatever. I used to put it in my inner corners. And tell me Nathaniel. But I love a highlighted nose. The makeup girlies on TikTok and also YouTube say that you should have a finishing spray and a setting spray. I only have a setting spray. In the past, when I have ran out of setting spray, I use my Got To Be Glue hairspray, which I know is not safe to ingest or put on your skin. However, sometimes you have to pivot, and I would use that to set my face and it worked. But this L'Oreal, girl, she works too. She works so well. Your face is gonna be good all night. I will do my lips, but I'm not prepared to do my lips right now because I need to do my hair. I use the same Ruby Kisses eyeliner in brown because waterproof. It stays all night. And then I use the LA Girl Glossy Plumping Gloss. Love it. But yeah, y'all, that is my current makeup routine and we will be improving. Like, for real, I'm holding myself accountable. We ain't got nothing else to do. We gonna get better at our makeup. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and come back for more. Bye, y'all.